What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of Phenomenal Views. As you can see, I am back home and in my office. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk to you about the third movie in the DC Cinematic Universe. An amazing film with an amazing score, amazing acting, and a movie that I believe has so much heart behind it. And if this movie has so much heart, if other movies in the DC Cinematic Universe had as much heart as this film does, the other DC Cinematic Universe movies would be better. I'm, of course, here to be talking about the movie Wonder Woman. I got this movie for Christmas. I didn't even ask for it, and my mom got it for me, and I was like, you know what? Finally, I'm going to be able to watch this. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a long time. I've heard so many people talk about it, how it's so good. And I can see why. This movie is amazing. So, Wonder Woman is, like I said, the third movie in the DC Cinematic Universe. This movie shows us what Wonder Woman has been doing, or what was going on during the time of Batman vs. Superman. This film goes into the story of how she was raised, how she was trained, and what she was taught throughout her entire life. Taught about the gods, taught about mankind, taught about Ares, taught about men. We learn everything. We learn about why she was trained. We learn about how she was trained. We get a very good glimpse of what the Amazons were like, and when they come into contact with man, when Wonder Woman comes across Steve Trevor, a spy in the British Embassy during World War II, she wants to help because she believes that this is the work of Ares, the god of war, and she wants to go with Steve to possibly stop Ares' evil reign. Now, this movie was so fun to watch. As soon as I started watching this, I was like, okay, let's go. Let's see what this movie's got. And I was blown away by the beginning, middle, and end. There was nothing about this movie I personally did not like. Not at all. I mean, if I were to say like maybe one issue that didn't really bother me, I wish we had gotten maybe more of a maybe more of a possible like hint that the guy who is Ares. But this movie actually did kind of like a turn. Like what I thought this movie was going to do was, I knew that it was going to be focusing on Wonder Woman's strive to find Ares and kill him, but I didn't actually think Ares was going to be in this film, even though I know that is one of Wonder Woman's villains. I don't know that much about Wonder Woman and her villains. I know the other one she has is Cheetah, but that's because of Justice League Doom and because of Injustice 2. So I don't know that much about Wonder Woman. I honestly was thinking that maybe they would have Ares eventually show up later. Like, they would have the conversations and she would be like, oh, I've got to stop Ares. But when Steve eventually talked to her about Ares and about how either he wasn't really there, I was thinking that maybe she was, okay, Ares isn't behind this, but I can still do something to help. And they ended up throwing Ares in there, and I liked it. And the guy who played him, I remember he played Professor Lupin in the Harry Potter films, showing up in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and then eventually in the last two films. Like I said, I love the chemistry between Gal Gadot, who I love her as Wonder Woman. When I first saw her in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, I thought she did an amazing job. She fit the role of Princess Diana. I liked the chemistry between her and Chris Pine. I thought they had amazing scenes together. I love the awkwardness between the two when they are there's a scene where they're on a boat and they're talking, and she's like, well, why don't you sleep? Do you not sleep with women? He's like, no, I do. It's just not appropriate when you're not married. And I thought that that was really good chemistry together. Like, they're establishing their love, their friendship, their relationship, and I thought it was done very subtle. Another one of my favorite scenes is there's actually a moment of peace in the war, and Steve asks Wonder Woman to dance, and the scene is shot beautifully. The music is wonderful. This is a scene like where the movie takes a break. It gives you time to enjoy the characters. I really love how the characters were written in this movie. To me, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is DC's Captain America. It really is. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of similarities because where it is based in World War II, but I really feel like this is DC's Captain America. And like I said earlier, if films like this were written as wonderful as this one is, if other DC films had as much heart behind it like this one does, we would have better DC movies. Suicide Squad would be better. We would have gotten the full version of Batman vs. Superman in theaters. Yes, it would have been long to sit there for 3 hours, but it would have been worth it. And Justice League wouldn't have been cut. Studios, leave the films alone. You clearly don't know what you're doing. The people that you hire to make these films, guess what? That is their job, not yours. Let them do what they do and get them to make you money by not doing anything. Just hire them and then you're done. That's it. You've made your money. I loved how this movie was shot. I love how the script is written. I love the ending. I love how it's it's all like a flashback, but it doesn't feel like a flashback. Even though you know that it is, it really feels like what we're seeing is actually happening. I enjoyed everything that we got. I loved how we went into some display of Themyscira. We saw how the Amazons lived, how they trained, how they were raised, how their reaction to men. Yes, because only 2 or 3 people have ever been on Themyscira, technically 4. And here they are. Steve Trevor, Batman, Superman, and Ares. I mean, I guess you could technically say that the soldiers have been on Themyscira, but I don't really count them. All in all, guys, I am going to give Wonder Woman an A+. There was nothing in this movie I did not like. I absolutely loved this film. I fell in love with the film, and I'm so glad that I watched it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. Put in the comments below, what do you think about Wonder Woman? Do you honestly think that maybe if the movies had as much heart as this one does, we would get better DC movies? Let me know. Put that in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that little button, the bell, which will tell you whenever I have something new. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon. I got mine up and running, and I got some stuff in there that you might be interested in. Guys, I also want to say I apologize for not being able to make the videos that I was going to make when I was at home. I didn't have the time. I was going to make 2 videos on Christmas Day called The Nightmare on Christmas, where I finished reviewing the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but I have not gotten to do those yet, and I am going to tackle those another time. I don't know when I will tackle them, but those videos are coming. They're on my to-do list. I want to give you guys that. I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas and hope you guys have a Happy New Year. Let's get this video some likes. Don't forget to share this video. Have a good day, guys, and have a Happy New Year.